Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to second PUC Accountancy online classes. Students, in the previous class we have solved a problem on financial statements of a joint stock company. Today we'll continue that and we'll take up the second problem of your question bank. Open your question bank. Yes. Page number 104. Page number 104. I will read out the problem and we'll analyze, and in the meantime we'll solve the problem. Okay? Yes. From the following details, you are required to prepare a statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2018. As per Schedule 3 of Companies Act, actually it should have been Schedule 6 of Companies Act 2013. Clear? Particulars and amounts are given here. Plant and machinery, whether it is required for us to prepare a statement of profit and loss. No, because it is balance sheet item, it is an asset, right? So not required, just forget. Furniture, just forget, because it is an asset, fixed asset. Then share capital, again a liability, will not enter your will not find a place in your statement of profit and loss. Sales, of course, required, because it is the revenue from operations. Revenue from operations or sales is net income, isn't it? Gross income it is. Then purchases, nothing but materials consumed, isn't it? Cost of materials consumed, purchases means. Then trade payables is not required here. It is a balance sheet item, it is a liability. That is a creditors and bills payable, we call it as trade payables. So it should not be entered in statement of profit and loss. Then depreciation on plant and machinery, no doubt, is an expense of the business. Non-cash expense should be entered under the expenses, that is depreciation and amortization. Right? Then amortization of goodwill, no doubt, depreciation, amortization. So you have to prepare a working note for that. That is note number 1, that is amortization expenses, under depreciation and amortization expenses. Under that, depreciation on plant and machinery, amortization of goodwill, that should be added together and should be entered in outer column in the note. And in your statement of profit and loss, you have to enter it as an expense, that is under expenses. Second item, depreciation, and second or third item, isn't it? Depreciation and amortization expenses. Then interest on debentures. Debenture is a borrowed fund, right? Debenture is a borrowed fund. So any interest paid on the borrowed fund is a finance cost. That is nothing but cost of raising debentures or cost of debentures. Interest to be payable on debentures is an expense, comes under finance cost. Then interest on borrowings, again on borrowed funds, interest on borrowed funds, that should be again treated as, that is expenses, that is a finance cost, because it is the cost of raising the finance, isn't it? Interest on borrowings, cost of borrowings it is. Then tax rate is given at 30%, so we will have to calculate tax at the rate of 30%. Now let us solve the problem. Whatever we did in the previous class, in the same way same format you have to follow. Clear? Yes. I will start from here. Of course. So here I will write, there is a statement of profit and loss, statement of profit and loss. Statement of profit and loss for the year ending, loss for the year ending, I will write down, for the year ending, for the year ending 31st March 31st or 31st March 2018. Now draw the columns, that is particulars, note number, amount in rupees. Particulars, we'll start from here. Particulars, provide a big column, note number, small column, then provide two columns. You just follow this method itself in examination, there will not be any confusion. Otherwise, someone may deduct 1 mark for not writing the column in a, not drawing the column in a proper way. Clear? So particulars here, particulars, note number, then figures at the end of current reporting period, and figures at the end of previous reporting period. Yes, that's all. Now, draw the columns. We'll solve now. Let us take up first item as revenue from operations, Roman 1. Revenue from operations. Revenue from operations, how much it is? 3 lakh, correct? Current year, previous year figures are not given in the problem, leave that column blank, no problem. But provide that column, because there may be some people who may deduct marks. If your paper fetches 100, then they may reduce it to 99. So for that reason, we must be perfect, correct? Yes, revenue from operations 3 lakh. 3 lakh. Then other income, are there any other income? No, nothing is given in the problem, so other income nil. Add it together, this is called total income. Total income. Total income, isn't it? This is Roman 3. Underline it. It's over. Now, move on to the expenses. Fourth one, Roman 4, expenses. Under that, purchases or cost of material consumed. Cost of materials consumed. Cost of materials consumed. How much? 1,80,000, right? Write it in outer column. Only one column is there. There is no this inner and outer column as such. Then finance costs or finance costs. Finance cost. You have to prepare a note for that, is it? There are two, that is a cost. So prepare note here. Note. Notes to accounts. Notes to accounts. Now, right here, particulars, and provide two amount columns. Yes, note number 1 here, that is finance costs. Under that, interest on debentures, and interest on borrowings. Interest on borrowings. Interest on borrowings. How much it is? Interest on debentures 30 and this is 20, right? Yes. So total it will be 50,000. 50,000. That's all. That is the only note we have to prepare here. Now one more note we have to prepare. The 50,000 is over. Second one, depreciation and amortization is there. Depreciation and amortization. Amortization, isn't it? Amortization in the sense decrease in the value of intangible assets. Depreciation, decrease in the value of tangible assets. So right here, depreciation on plant and machinery. Depreciation on plant and machinery. That is how much? Straight away amount is given, right? No need to calculate. Percentage is not given, straight away amount is given. That is 4,000, right? Yes, 4,000, inner column. And the other one is amortization of goodwill. Amortization of goodwill. How many days? It is 6,000, right? Yes. Total is 10,000. That's all. So note number 1 and note number 2 we have to enter here. Now finance cost. Note number 1. Note number 1. Just write the total amount. Total amount. How many days? 50,000. 50,000. Then anything else? Finance cost, depreciation and amortization. We have already calculated, just now calculated. Depreciation and amortization. How much it is? It's a note number 2. Amount is 10,000, correct? 10,000. Then what else? Total expenses, that's all, no other expenses. So write the total of this. So 2,40,000, is that correct? Yes. 2,40,000 total expenses. Total expenses. Total expenses, note that is a Roman number 5. Over. Now what we have to do is, this is the total income, total revenue, and this is the total expense. Deduct this from this. Deduct the expenses from the revenue, correct? Yes. Then right here, the difference will be profit before tax. Profit before tax. Profit before tax. How much it is? That is Roman 3 minus 5, correct? 3 minus 5. 3 minus 5. How much it will be? 60,000, is that correct? Yes. 60,000, that is PBT. Profit before tax or PBT is 60,000. Now, I'll continue here. Is it over? Let us continue. Now I'll write here, I will continue here. You just continue further. Next one is, we have to deduct tax. Tax. Rate is given at the rate of 30%, correct? 30%, that is 60,000 into 30%. So it will be 18,000. Deduct now. Last one it is. This is 5. This is 6. Isn't it? And this is 7. And this is 8. Therefore, profit after tax. Profit after tax. That is profit before tax 6 minus tax rate 7. This is profit after tax or PAT. PAT. How many it is? Net profit or profit after tax. 60 minus 18. How much it will be? 42,000. Correct? Yes. 42,000. Your problem is solved. It's done. That's all. Understood? Yes. Now, let us move on to the next problem. Next problem. Problem number 3, page number 104. Problem number 3, page number 104. Isn't it? Hello students. Let us continue now. That is problem number 3, page number 104. Got? Yes. From the following trial balance, prepare statement of profit and loss for the year ending 31st March 2018 as per schedule, actually 6, it should be 6 of Companies Act 2013. See this trial balance given, friends. Amount is somewhere, items are somewhere. Actually it is not salary is debit and credit. Salary always will be debit, it cannot be credit. So there will not be any credit balance for salary or even wages. Only debit balance should be there, not credit balance. Somewhere it is jumbled. It is there. This same problem is there in your textbook, reader. So I will take up from there, page number 158, part 2. Part 2, page number 158. Okay. Illustration number 8, it is there. Clear? And last part is omitted here in your question bank. There are 3 additional information which is not mentioned there. That will not affect our solution, but still when we take up the problem, that should be there. If the same problem appears in board exam, then additional information is not given in the question bank. If it comes with additional information, then you will get confused, isn't it? So better if it is there, then we will come to know that it is not there for, it is not required for our solution. But if it is given, then students will get confused. It is better to study this. So I will take up from textbook itself. From the following particulars, prepare statement of profit and loss for the year ending March 31st, 2017. Plant and machinery, debit balance, it is no, not required for us, isn't it? We are supposed to prepare statement of profit and loss and not the balance sheet. So this is fixed asset. Fixed asset goes under the fixed asset in the balance sheet. That is non-current assets, correct? Land, again asset, not required. Depreciation on plant and machinery, required, because we have to write the expenses, isn't it? Under expenses, depreciation and amortization, under that we have to enter this amount, correct? Yes. Then purchases, adjusted makes no difference. Adjusted means was what? Returns are only thing. So purchases, cost of material comes under. Closing stock is not required. Sheet. Closing stock will come, correct? Comes under employee benefit expense. Employee benefit expenses, correct? Then sales, net sales are given. That is the starting point, or revenue from operations. Revenue from operations. Then salaries, no doubt, employee benefit expenses. Salaries, employee benefit expenses. Bank overdraft, not required for us. It is a liability, current liability, correct? Yes. Then 10% debentures, not required. That is a long-term borrowings, isn't it? Long-term borrowings. Balance sheet. So it is not required here. Equity share and preference share both are not required, because both will go to balance sheet, isn't it? Under share capital. So that's all here. Additional information is given. Equity dividend at the rate of 10% declared on paid up capital. Though dividend is declared or paid, dividend is appropriation of profit. Dividends cannot be charged to profit, because it is appropriation of profit. If there is profit, then dividend will be paid. Otherwise, no dividend will be paid. So once we get the net profit, then that profit will be appropriated to declare dividend. So it will not come under, that is a statement of profit and loss, right? Then dividend on preference share capital, same thing. Again, it is appropriation of profit and not charge to profit. Interest is a charge to profit. It is finance cost. But this is appropriation of profit and not charge to profit. Remember. Rupees 2 lakh transfer to general reserve. Of course, reserves transfer to general reserve it comes in the balance sheet and not in the statement of profit and loss. So all the 3 adjustments, additional information given is not required for us for our solution. Suppose if we are supposed to prepare, then it is required. Otherwise, these additional information are not required for our solution. Now let us solve the problem. Yes, start. Statement of profit and loss. Statement of profit and loss. Profit and loss for the year ending. For the year ending March 31st, 2017. 17, right? March 31st, 2000. It is given as March 31st, 2018 in the question bank. March 31st, 2018. Let us follow that only. 2018. Let us draw the columns. Isn't it? Yes. Now, note number. Figures at the end of. I'll write the headings. I will not write here. Write the headings. I will tell you. Particulars. Particulars. Here note number. Note number. Then here figures as at the end of. Figures as at the end of current reporting period. Figures as at the end of current reporting period. Rupees. And last column, figures as at the end of previous reporting period. Figures as at the end of previous reporting period. Yes, rupees here also. Previous reporting period. That's all. Now, let us move on. Let us start. Which item we should take first? Which item we should take first? Revenue from operations, correct? Revenue from operations. Yes, let us start. Revenue from operations. Number 1. Revenue from operations. Write the amount, how much it is? 10 lakh. 10 lakh. Then other income, second one, other income. Whether there is other income? No. So nil. Find out the total. This is total income. Total income. Total income, this is 3. Moving on to, so at 10 lakh, underline it. Now, let us move on to the expenses side. Fourth one, expenses. Expenses, underline it, read out, colon. Then cost of material consumed. Under that, cost of material consumed. Cost of material consumed. How many days? That is purchases, right? It's 4 lakh. 4 lakh. This is note number. This is not your inner column, remember. Then employee benefit expenses. Employee benefit expenses. Expenses. We have to prepare note for that because there are 2 items. Let us prepare here. Notes to accounts. Notes to accounts. Yes, under that, draw the column like this. Particulars, inner column, outer column. Rupees, rupees. Particulars. Yes, underline this. Of course. What are the items? Employee benefit expense, right? Note number 1. Employee benefit expenses. Under that, write one by one. That is wages 1,10,000, right? Wages 1,10,000. Then salary is 90,000. Salary is 90,000. 90,000. Total it will be 2 lakh. Right? Yes, that's all. Only one note. Right here, employee benefit expenses, note number 1, 2 lakh. For this you will get 2 marks, employee benefit expenses, one for this and one for this. 2 marks you will get, remember. Then finance cost. Finance cost. Only one item is there, debenture interest, right? 10,000. 10,000. Then what else? Depreciation and amortization, straight away given in the problem. Depreciation and amortization. Amortization, how much it is? 16,016. 16,000. Total expenses will be how much? 6,26,000. Right? This is called total expenses. Total expenses. Underline this. Assign number to that. 5. Then 6. Isn't it? Profit before tax. Profit before tax. That is Roman number 3 minus 5. Roman number 3 minus 5, which is called PBT, profit before tax. Isn't it? Write the difference. This minus this, you will have how much? 3,74,000. 3,74,000. Then less tax. Tax, that is 7. Correct. At the rate of 30%. At the rate of 30%. That is 3,74,000. Let me write here. 374 into 30%. No need to write like this in examination within bracket. Straight away write the amount 1,12,200. 1,12,200. Now deduct and write, that is PAT or profit after tax. 261,800. Answer given is wrong there. Final answer given is wrong. So don't worry about it, because in illustration also they got answer up to here. Tax was not there in the illustration, but here they have included 30% tax. So if you calculate 30% on this, then straight away you will get this answer. How come you will get 1,55,000 something? It is given there. So this is the correct answer. Don't worry about that part. So right here, what it is? It is profit after tax. Profit after tax. That is PAT. How we have calculated it? That is 6 minus 7. Minus 7, right? 6 minus 7. That's all. It's done. Your problem is solved. This is how you have to solve problem. You will get, I think you will not get this much of items, lesser than this, but make sure of all these items, how to prepare and how to solve the problem. You will get 6 marks for this. Clear? Yes. Take an assignment. Solve this second problem and submit your answer on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.